it was when I started taking boron as a supplement that I really noticed the change, and it happened within, and I'm not exaggerating here, within about 2 weeks, just like the studies have shown. Hi everyone, Chris Covey here. I wanted to share this quick video with you about the incredible health benefits of boron, an essential and often looked mineral in the body that is deficient in so many people around the world today. So let me just go over a few of the highlights. Boron supports our bones through remodeling and regeneration, through growth and healthy cell turnover, and it also regulates our gene expression and hormone actions in the bones like estradiol, testosterone, and vitamin D. It's also helpful in treating osteoarthritis. It helps improve brain electrical functions, memory, and cognitive performance. Who doesn't want that? It helps provide anti-inflammatory properties that can help reduce inflammation and pain throughout the body. In fact, one study that showed that boron reduced inflammatory biomarkers after only 15 days of supplementation. That's amazing. It supports wound healing significantly by activating enzymes that produce things like collagen and other protein fibers needed for healthy structure in our tissues. And in ICUs, it's been shown that even a 3% solution of boric acid applied to the deep wounds of patients has been shown to reduce the time needed in the ICU by up to 67%. It also has anti-cancer properties. In a variety of global health studies, it's been shown that regions where boron is actually naturally rich in the diets of people, in the soil, in the water, that it also correlated to lower levels of cancers in the population. And this includes particularly prostate cancer, breast cancer, cervical cancer, and lung cancer. And that supplementing with boron has also shown to decrease the risk levels of these types of cancers significantly. In particular, for men, it's important to note that there is an inverse relationship between supplementing with boron and prostate cancer. So the more boron that you have in your diet or in your supplement regime, you are likely to have less incidence of prostate cancer. And it does this by disrupting the reproductive and the physiological functions of the cancerous cells themselves through a whole range of inhibitory actions. I'm not going to go into all those here today. You can read more about it. But I wanted to mention these things because even though all of these amazing benefits of boron that I just mentioned are there and they're available for all of our bodies, there's actually one more set of benefits to this amazing mineral supplement that are incredible and that to me personally have been very important, especially somebody who, like me, has had a history of a very debilitating traumatic brain injury. And so that effect that I'm talking about is on sex hormones, especially on testosterone. So one of the things about boron that we know from the studies is that it boosts healthy testosterone levels in both men and women. And we don't always think about it for men and women, but let me start with women. It's been shown that supplementing with boron is helpful for increasing not only testosterone, but also estradiol, which is E2 estrogen in postmenopausal women. And that nearly double, taking the boron, that is, nearly doubled the E2 levels in the population that was in this study, who had a history of low magnesium intake in their diets. So there's this combination of having low magnesium, which is also very widespread in our population, and then also having the benefit of adding boron into your diet or into your supplement routine. Okay, so for women, great benefits there, increases testosterone and up to doubles the levels of E2 estrogen, which is something that your bodies need for bone health, for mood, for sleep, for inflammation, and all of these other factors. There's so many, there are dozens of symptoms that come from low testosterone and low estrogen levels for women. For men, it's even more fascinating because supplementing boron for men has also been shown that it increases the testosterone levels, almost again doubling them, and also at the same time helping to decrease inflammatory cytokines, which can be released through all sorts of mechanisms, including viral infections. So let me say a bit more about this for men. In the bloodstream, about 98% of the testosterone gets bound by this thing called sex hormone binding globulin, or SHBG. And so the testosterone tends to get caught up in the capillaries, the smallest blood vessels of the body, where they're not available to the rest of the body. So boron helps to ease this condition by increasing the free and unbound testosterone levels. So it makes them more widely available to the body. And for aging men, this is especially important and beneficial because free testosterone naturally decreases, and SHBG, that binding globulin that grabs the testosterone, goes up as we age. So, why does all of this matter when it comes to our bodies and health, especially as we get older? Well, for one thing, most of us, due to stress or injury or illness, thyroid or other endocrine issues, dietary factors, or just aging itself naturally, we start to move into what's called estrogen dominance in our bodies as our progesterone and testosterone levels start to drop. So, this is something that will show up in many of the symptoms. I've mentioned a few for men and women. You can look this up and find out more, but there's a whole range of symptoms with estrogen dominance, which are becoming more and more common in our bodies across the population. And this is actually for all ages, not just people who are aging. So I've experienced this personally. I mentioned before, I have a history of very severe traumatic brain injury, and it was debilitating for me for many years in my case. And it seemed like no matter how much I exercised or tried to build up my muscles, it was really hard for me to develop defined lean muscle mass, definition in my muscles. And I also found that I retained this kind of soft belly of metabolic fat that was really hard to get rid of, even when I was getting seemingly fit in other ways. I still maintained some of that kind of soft, squishy belly fat that just never would tone up. I also had a lot of disruptions with my sleep and significant chronic pain levels due to my injuries. So these were all happening for me in the background. And I've been working on this for over probably 12 years, using every possible trick that I could learn through nutritional science and other research that helps with the brain and the body and all the connections that I was looking for with nutrition in particular. But for me, it was when I started taking boron as a supplement that I really noticed the change. And it happened within, and I'm not exaggerating here, within about 2 weeks, just like the studies have shown. And so for me, I could start seeing changes within that 2 week period gradually. And then it's been a lasting effect. That's the best part. So more muscular definition and lean muscle mass in my tissues, a clearer mind, more focus, more energy, the ability to not get tripped up by some of these reactive trauma patterns that my nervous system encoded after my injuries. So to be free from that and to be able to have more energy and availability to connect with people I love, like my wife, Masami, I can't tell you how much that has been priceless for me. So I went into studying functional nutritional therapy because I wanted to help myself heal and learn how I could help other heal. And for me, it was all about healing my mind and body from these past injuries. But boron was never something that we really learned about. And as much as I wish I knew about it years ago, I'm just so glad that I've learned about it and I've implemented it in my body and in my life because I can see how much it's helped me. And I want to share this information with everyone else who's struggling maybe with some of those same conditions, whether it's traumatic brain injury or estrogen dominance in general, or any of these other conditions I mentioned that boron has been shown through scientific studies to help and support. So I wanted to share with you our go-to supplement for boron, which is from Zorex International. And this product contains 3 milligrams of calcium borogluconate in each capsule, which is a highly absorbable food-based form of boron. And I also wanted to share below, you can click below to learn how you can make an order for your boron from Zorex. And you can also read our blog post, which has some of the information shared here, but it also goes into a bit more detail. So I hope you found this video useful and helpful. And if you have and you've enjoyed this comment, please give us a thumbs up. We appreciate it so much. And we know that this is reaching you and it's helpful. And I hope that you can also benefit from this essential nutrient called boron. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon on another video.